Right, slight problem. The window foam is trash. So I'm trying to peel it out, and it'll get to a certain point and then just break off. The problem you have with it is that it's adhesive on the one side. This is one part of the new stuff. It's adhesive on the one side, so I think it's supposed to be stuck in place, then the glass put in, which is not something I was hoping I'd just peel it out, clean it down a little bit, shove the new stuff in. But no, looks like the glass has got to come out. And it comes out from the outside. Shouldn't be too difficult to do, but it's just, rather than it now being, work on the inside and just work my way through it, now I've got to work every single window individually. And it's going to, the first couple will take me a bit just to get used to the idea, but then it should get easier. And this is not something that I wanted to be doing. Most of the seals are all right, but a couple of them are really, really ropey, and it does get cold in here, so it's probably safer just to replace all of them. You can see on this one up here where it's bulged slightly, it's gone a funny colour-ish, where the dirt and everything's got to it. That's going to be a problem because it's in the way. So yeah, I think we're going to have to take the glass out, do it a window at a time, get it right, and finish one window before we move on to another. And yeah, the biggest problem is going to be cleanup. I've got to be fair, because the amount of junk that is down there where it's all broken up, the foam, there's going to be foam residue plus mold residue plus God knows what. And then on the outside, in certain places, we can see it more on this one, you've got moss growing on the outer seal, so those are all going to need cleaning as well. This job just got more complicated. Problem is I can't leave it as is, because I need this area to work for me. And at the moment, it's just not, because, well, you can see the foam and it's just a mess. So yeah, I should have started on the floor, but never mind. This stuff, the biggest problem is getting the right one. This one does squish down enough that it should work, but it's it's relatively inexpensive. But because I have to do all of the windows in here now, it's worked out that I've needed several packets of it rather than just one or two. And this is why I say, always budget for the unexpected, especially with things like that, or time. Time is always a good one to budget for, because this job now increased in time about sevenfold, because there's like 8 windows in here. So yeah. All right, I better crack on. Right, a new problem. Oh look, yeah. Glass is out, but this is one of the opening windows, so I was able to get my hand behind it. What do I do about those? Unless I leave that one out and do that one, I'm going to have to take 2 out at a time, I think, not including cleaning up. You can see where all the foam and the junk has degraded. It's a combination of they've stuck it to the frame and they've stuck it to the window, which proved difficult. And also, I need some tape to go around the edge of the window, because that's ruined as well. If I take that one out, then do that one, and while that one's out I can fix that one, then while that one's out I can take that one out and fix that. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to have to do it, is clean that one all up, but not put it back together until this one's apart and the glass is out. Then put that one back together, then clean this one up. Then if that's all I can get done today, so be it, because at least at this end I can open that window to take that one out, and then I can, we'll have to do them in 2s at least. So I've got to go and fetch some tape, because it's the one thing I don't have is fabric tape, then I can start cleaning up that one and remove that one. Yeah. This should have been a lot easier. Never mind. Okay, so windows out. And the old foam's coming off fairly easily. It's only secured on the outside, which is these things. So I need to clean these up a bit before I put them back in. But the next big thing is, this is some of the old foam that's just stuck to the window. But yeah, all the tape's coming off. So I'm hopeful that good old-fashioned gaffer tape will work, because that's what it feels like. It's some kind of cloth tape, waterproof cloth tape. Look at that, waterproof cloth tape. So I'm assuming that's going to work. The window does need cleaning up, because obviously where the grime's gone underneath this. So once I've finished clearing out all the old foam and cleaning up the edges as much as I can, then I've got to strip that back and reseal it. Now, I realised that because these windows do open, to like 80 degrees or something, I will be able to work with that window. Once I've got this one sorted, I should be able to push that one out and work my way either way, so that I don't have to do two windows at a time. I can focus on one at a time. The biggest time-consuming thing is scraping all the old foam out and all the old adhesive, because I've got to put new adhesive and new foam in. But yeah, and then obviously cleaning up the actual window pane, especially around the edges. New tape, put it all back together. That's the theory, so we'll have to see. But yeah, this is window one, and I've been at it a couple of hours already just to take it apart. So knowing that I've got 8 windows in here, that's half a day's work per window. And as I say, these two aren't going to be easy because of the box, but we'll see. I'll get this one done. Now that I know how it comes apart, it should be easier as I go. But the biggest pain, as I say, is scraping the old stuff out. So, fun. Right, so there's water droplets inside the actual double glazing, which essentially means that it is broken. The seal that holds it all in is knackered, but unfortunately, I don't have the time or the effort to be messing about with that. I worry that the foam I'm using might not be dense enough, because it squishes down quite a lot, but the frame is clean, the window is clean. I just need to retape around the edges. Well, the windows is clean around the edges, shall we say. But yeah, obviously, with the water that's inside there's a little bit on the surface, but there is definitely water inside, which is a bit of a pig, because it means I will eventually have to replace at least this one panel. But given that this one window, and it's one of the smaller ones, has taken me pretty much all day, this isn't going to be a rush job, I know that. But yeah, now the thing is to retape the edges. I'm just using bog standard gaffer tape. Cloth tape seems to be what's come off, so yeah, we'll just put that back around it and then pop it back in, and then that's that one done. And at least I can move on tomorrow to the next one. This has been a learning curve, I tell you. All right, I'll show you when it's in. Yeah, I have a slight concern. Basically, the outer trim just clips in, and it went on. There was the bottom was a pig, and this side was a pig, but this side seems to be on very loosely, and this side seems to be on very loosely as well. You can see there's a very fine white strip between, I don't know if you'll pick it up in the shot, but between the rubber seal and there, I don't know. It's not moving. I'm putting pressure on the glass, pushing outwards, and it doesn't appear to be giving, but we'll just have to see. This was one of the worst ones. I think these two were really bad, so that's the one to attempt next. And then, well, that one's not great either. The two towards the front on this side, they're not bad, but like I say, that one's a bit ropey. That one is, well, I'm calling it done, but I'm not overly happy. Still need to actually clean the glass, but at least now I know roughly what I'm doing and how it all comes apart and goes back together. So that one should be a little bit quicker when I look at it tomorrow. But I'm just not happy with how it's fed back together on the outside. So we'll have to see. I've still got a lot of work to do in here because I've got to do every single window plus a couple of roof panels. But for now, I'm calling that good. We'll just have to wait and see. As I say, I think the foam that I'm using might be a bit too lightweight. I could have done with something a little bit denser, but we'll see. It seems to be working. It's definitely squished where you want it to, because have I got a piece to hand? No, I don't, do I? Where's that one then? I had half a piece of it. There. Okay. Because you can see how thick it was originally versus what now it's in. So yeah, so it's definitely squishing, so it's definitely sealing, but it's whether it's hard enough, I think, is the other thing. The other thing as well is it comes on these rolls, this foam does, and that one window has used a roll and a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 and a half. So I should just have enough to do it, foam-wise. They reckon you get 10.5 meters, but it also depends on how it's cut. So I got the top and the bottom and one side out of the one roll, and then I had to take the other side out of that roll, but there probably is a better way to do it. But I'll figure that out as I go, because these, like I say, these windows are a little bit bigger. The ones that open are slightly smaller because obviously they've got a frame in them. So yeah, not happy, but it's done. Well, one's done. One down, 7 to go. Yeah, the biggest bit was cleaning it. Cleaning up the frame, cleaning up the old, make sure you get as much of the old foam off as possible, and then cleaning off the old tape that had destroyed itself. So yeah, not overly happy, but at least that's one out of the way. It's taken me, 4 or 5 hours just to do the one, but at least now I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to start another one today, because if it takes me 3 or 4 hours, then that's going dark and cold out there. So yeah, one done, lots to do. I'll see you next time.